Hey, me. Hey, y'all. It's me. Back with another video. Maybe I should turn this TV down. Oh, I look a mess. I just woke up. I probably should have did something to my hair. I ain't got no earrings or nothing. Let me show y'all my new babies. I just got them today. And I got to get me some more glasses because these glasses are ugly. And I don't like them. So, I got this one. And I think they say this is Moses in the cradle or something, child. Moses in the cradle. Yeah, Moses in the cradle. If y'all don't believe me, say it right there. Isn't it beautiful, though? All that purple, and it's got one growing out right there, but I mean, it grows on shoots, look like. So it is a whole lot of them. But isn't it beautiful? All this purple. Can you see that purple, child? You see that? It's a beautiful plant. Moses in a cradle. So I got that one. And then I got this. My first orchid. Y'all see how pretty that is? I love purple. And it's my first one. I don't know how this gonna work out. Everybody been telling me just drop 2 ice cubes in the in there. Cause you know I'm used to watering things, so I don't know. I got these from Grocery Outlet. If you have a grocery outlet in your area, you might want to check your grocery outlet. Grocery Outlet has some nice plants sometimes. It just depends. And then I got this one. And this is a sweet potato vine. Usually I do my own sweet potato, start my own vines. It just says water weekly. These do bloom. They do have flowers. Because I had one last year. Was it last year? I think I started one last year. And it bloomed for me. It was all over my upstairs. Because I had it near a, let's see. The sun rises in the east. So an east-facing window. And it got all that morning sun. And it bloomed. So we'll see. Okay, what I want to talk about today is I saw this young lady's video. I don't know what her name is. And you know how sometimes you get those recommended videos and you just click on them and you don't know them people. But you just click on their video. So that happened to me. And the video was about this young lady finding her biological parents because she had been adopted. And if you know me, you know that I was adopted. My adoption was final when I was 5 years old. I guess they had been like in the process or whatever since I was little because, you know, I remember being with my mother that adopted me from really young. Anyway, this young lady was adopted. And she knew, just like I did, that she had been adopted, but her adoption was closed. She did not have, you know, she didn't know who her biological parents were. My adoption was open. I spent time, my biological father was deceased, but I spent time with my biological mother. She got pictures and phone calls and, you know, all of that because of the way it was set up. But anyway, this young lady, her adoption was closed. She didn't know who her parents were. And I guess when she got grown, some kind of way, she didn't really go into depth of how she did this. But some kind of way she was able to find her grandmother. And she wrote her a letter and, you know, told her that she would like to meet her or whatever. The grandmother basically wrote her back and was like, she didn't know for sure if that was her grandmother. So the lady wrote her back and was like, yeah, you know, I am your grandmother, blah, 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 blah. And she, you know, got excited, like, oh my God, am I going to get a chance to meet my parents? But the parents didn't want to have anything to do with her. Some kind of way, she reached out to one of her brothers. He sent her pictures of him. She looked just like him, but he told her to, you know, I'm not going to be able to, you know, like, we ain't going to be able to see each other and all this kind of stuff. And she was really hurt because she got a letter from her parents basically telling her to leave us alone. We don't want to, you know, we don't want to have a relationship with you, and we will really appreciate it if you leave us alone. And the young lady was really, really hurt. And I don't blame her for being hurt. I really don't. And you know, I can't say she shouldn't be hurt because that's her pain. But then you look at the parents and you say, well, they gave you up for a reason. Some people don't look for their kids after they give them away. They give them away because they, you know, they can't deal with them. They're not in a position mentally, physically, financially to deal with, you know, that baby. So they gave that baby away. You know, like, she has no idea why, you know, her mom and dad gave her up for adoption. She don't know. And I know she wants to know because she's so hurt. Like, she was crying in the video, and I felt for her. I really did. And I probably would feel the same way if my situation had been like that. Like, I know why my mama gave me up. My mother was an alcoholic, and she couldn't take care of no kids. And I'm glad she did, because if I had lived with her, you know, it would have been all bad. Like, I probably would have been alcoholic too, dealing with, because my mother just, I don't know. I think she had more than just alcohol issues. But my story is similar to this young lady's, because after I was adopted, my mother's side of the family basically turned on me. Like, my own grandmother stopped talking to me. I ran into my grandmother after I was grown and my kids were teenagers. I ran into my grandmother at the Social Security office. I was getting my son his Social Security card because he was trying to, you know, get a job and stuff. And my grandmother was with her new husband because my grandfather passed away when I was like in junior high school. So she's with her new husband. And she was like, oh, hi, how you doing? I walked up to her. I was like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, oh, hi, how you doing? And she introduced me to her husband as her oldest daughter's child. Oh, this is my oldest daughter's child. And I looked at the man. I said, I'm her oldest grandchild. I'm her granddaughter. And she just stood there and looked stupid. And I found out that my grandmother was dead on Facebook. One of my aunts used to be friends with me on Facebook and had posted that she had lost her mother. Y'all, my aunt, a couple of my aunts and some of my cousins were friends with me on Facebook. You think they had the decency to send me a message and say, you know, we just want to let you know that May had passed away. You think they did that? No. My grandmother never talked to me. My grandmother never called me. I don't have one memory of my grandmother. Not one memory that's good. None. So adoption is an interesting thing. Like, sometimes I used to think, like, what did I do to these people to make them dislike me? Like, my mother was the one that messed up. I ain't do nothing. I was just born. My mother was the one messed up, not me. She was an alcoholic, not me. I was a good kid. I mean, as a child, I used to wonder, like, why my family don't want me? I didn't do nothing to these people. I got adopted. If my mother didn't want to do it, she shouldn't have signed the papers. You know, adoption is strange. It is. I mean, it's like, I love my mother that adopted me. I more than love. And I'm so grateful that she did, because I would have been like a totally different person had she not did that. Because my biological mother, she always lived like in the projects, and her mentality was just different from mine. Like, when I would go and see her, you know, she would always say things like, you know, I'm so glad Miss Williams adopted you, because, you know, you seem so smart, and, you know, you're intelligent, and, you know, you're going to be somebody one day, because if you had stayed with me, you probably wouldn't have, you know, you wouldn't have been like that. And she was right. I really think she was right. So I feel for this young lady. She just wanted to talk to her biological parents. And for them to send her a letter and tell her, leave us alone, just had to have shattered her. And it really did, because you can tell from the video that she messed up. And I think it would mess me up too. Like, I'm so glad that I knew who my mother was. Like, I didn't have to search for her. Like, it was times when my mother would disappear, or, you know, I wouldn't hear from her for a while. But I knew I could go to West Oakland and somebody probably knew, you know, where she had moved or whatever. I don't know. It's strange. I really, really feel for this young lady. I mean, I feel for every mother that has had to give up a child for whatever reason. I know that has to be, you know, really heart-wrenching. You do what you feel is best for the child. I mean, some people are doing what's best for them, and then basically turning their backs. Because I guess it's more hurtful to know that somebody else raised your child, and when the child gets grown, you don't want to look back on that. You just don't. That's a chapter. I mean, I'm pretty sure this family feels like that's a chapter in their life that is completely closed, and they don't want to look back on it. And it just leaves the adopted person just hurt. I'm gone, y'all. That's all I got to say today. All my videos ain't gonna be all, you know, spooky and spells and everything. I'm a normal person. I know I get a lot of people, you know, ask me questions about religion and this and that, but I'm a normal person first. All that other stuff comes second. So some of my videos are just going to be me talking, and if you don't like that, then you can go bye-bye. Bye-bye! Gizmo, you going to come say hi? No. I don't want him jumping over here anyway, because he had to jump on one of my plants that I didn't put on the floor. Okay, I'm finna go. I've been rambling for 14 minutes. Talk to you later, okay? Bye!